Marhay na Edessa boss. Hello to all. And it is so great to be here at the invitation of the Saysay Journal team to the virtual launch of the inaugural issue of Saysay, the Journal of Bicol History. Okay, so I'm Andrea Ragragio. You can call me Aya. And I'm honored to be one of the members of the journal's advisory board. And just like any honor, this comes to me with a significant sense of responsibility because I personally want to do good by my ancestors on my father's side, no, my Bicolano side. My grandfather was one Johnny Ragragio. Some of you might have heard of him, who taught English and literature in Ateneo de Naga many decades ago. The important legacy that he left us and to me is this enduring passion for well-wrought words and stories that captivate and resonate. And grow up with stories I did. Stories of my grandfather's brothers who were in the Bataan Death March, and one of whom died in the camps in Capas. Stories of my uncle Clemente Ragragio, a civil servant in Albay, who was killed during the Marcos dictatorship. Stories of my grandmother's grandfather, Don Manuel de Castro, who built a shipyard and established the town of Magallanes in Sorsogon in the mid-19th century. And so even if I was born and raised in Manila, there were all of these figures and stories that kept me moored to this side of my personal history. And so when Stephen Acabado introduced me to Jai Rojeria and Earl Hernandez, the people who are really the ones toiling behind Saysay, and they told me about this project and asked if I could be a part of it, I immediately said yes. Listening to how they envisioned the journal and looking at how the Saysay Bicol team maximized all sorts of channels to disseminate and popularize historical knowledge on various social media pages, on YouTube, and they even make memes, it was inspiring and fresh and gutsy to be doing all of this in the middle of the pandemic. Which may beg the question, is this the best time to be launching a history journal? A journal, after all, isn't a one-off thing like a book. No? It's a long-term commitment because you need successive issues. You need to line up authors. You need to solicit submissions. You need to invite reviewers and all of that work involved in crafting and then sustaining a journal. But the fact that the Saysay Journal team was able to assemble a Filipino and international and intergenerational group of editors and editorial advisors really reflect the verve by which they approached this task. That the journal's first issue was released within a year of getting the ball rolling with the reviews, etc., is a demonstration of their determination to get things done. And that's what matters, no? If we ask if this is the best time to be launching a journal, we are not just talking about external circumstances and objective conditions, but more importantly, how ready we are as active agents to step up and grab the reins of those circumstances and conditions. And I think that that is a crucial lesson from history that we can all agree to. That said, I wish to invite everyone to support the journal in whatever way possible. Of course, subscribing to it will always be welcome. So you can subscribe to it as a personal subscription. But if you are members of institutions or if you can represent institutions like schools, libraries, heritage centers, LGUs, please consider subscribing to it because institutional backing is always so important. Okay, so I have nothing but congratulations and high hopes for Saysay, the Journal of Bicol History. After the pandemic, we can only get better. Thank you. And Diyos marhay na banggitabit sa gabos.